and we will care for each other as the world around us unravels, and we will tend to the spark of hope that lives within our grieving hearts. And we are here now in this present moment, lifting our voices and hearts. And we are here now, we have come together, we are tending the spark of hope. Oh, may it grow, and we will care for each other as the world around us unravels, and we will tend to the spark of hope that lives within our grieving hearts. And we are here now in this present moment, lifting our voices and hearts. And we are here now, we have come together, we are tending the spark of hope. Oh, may it grow, and we will care for each other as the world around us unravels, and we will tend to the spark of hope that lives within our grieving hearts. And we are here now in this present moment, lifting our voices and hearts. And we are here now, we have come together, we are tending the spark of hope. Oh, may it grow, and we will care for each other.
Good morning. Good morning. And thank you for that beautiful video from Heather Houston. And the song is Tending the Spark. That's going to be our little theme song this month. Good morning, everyone here in the center. Good morning especially to our online viewers on Zoom, YouTube, and Facebook. We are so happy that you're here. We are the Center for Spiritual Living, and we're located in the Live Oak neighborhood of Santa Cruz. We here at CSL Santa Cruz are dedicated to cultivating a consciousness of inclusion. We acknowledge the history of colonization and its devastating impact on the original inhabitants of this land. We recognize that both colonization and decolonization are active processes today. We now commit to work daily to actively decolonize our own minds. And this begins right here, right now, with the land beneath our feet as we acknowledge its original inhabitants. And so we acknowledge the land on which we gather is the unceded territory of the Awaz-Awaz-speaking Yuipi tribe. The Amamutsan tribal band, comprised of the descendants of indigenous peoples taken to the missions of Santa Cruz and San Juan Bautista during Spanish colonization of the Central Coast. who today are working hard to restore traditional stewardship practices on these lands and heal from historical trauma. My name is Leah Simone Reed. My pronouns are she and her, and my ancestors come from Italy and Ireland. Please join me today as we speak out loud together our mission, purpose, and vision. Let's say this together mindfully. Our mission is to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and global transformation. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Our vision is a world that works for everyone and all life on earth. We are a community dedicated to possibility. Yes. So we also have ongoing this every Wednesday evening at 6:30 what we call the talk after the talk. And this is where you can participate through Zoom. It's in your e-news, and we go a little bit deeper into the talk that you hear today. Rev Elijah will be there, and you're welcome to join everyone online on Zoom. We have other wonderful things happening at the center always. Please join us at 10 o'clock on Sunday mornings for our silent meditation in the back garden or in our tea room as the weather cools. The second and fourth Wednesdays are spiritual living circles at 1 o'clock. Second Sundays, we have a potluck after service, and we celebrate our monthly birthdays. And third Sundays, we have a great participation of dances for universal peace in our front garden. We have a wonderful service planned for you today. Our practitioners are Sky Leona and Reverend Tamara. Our talk is Rev Elijah. And our music is by Krista Bluesmith and Gary Carpenter. I'm going to invite Sky Leona up here for our morning invocation, and know that Rev Tamara is holding the high watch in a silent meditation throughout service.
Thank you, Leah. Yes, I am Sky Leona. I'm a licensed practitioner here at the Center for Spiritual Living. My pronouns are she and her. And my ancestors hail from Sweden, Germany, and Wales. So let us now take a moment to center, to become here and now in our consciousness. If you like, you can close your eyes, taking a few deep breaths to relax into those seats, recognizing and feeling their support. This morning, I began by recognizing my good. And in that recognition, I realized that I need to be an unobstructed channel for that good. So let us know now together that we are as one always within the context of that creative power in the universe right now in the activity of creating newly in every moment all that we perceive, all that we experience, and all that we desire. It shows up. It is only our job to recognize our good. There is always unconditional love. It's our job to choose, and we choose it here, right now. There is infinite wisdom, and we will hear it through the talk by Reverend Elijah. There is abundance and bounty in every person's eyes, saying, yes, I know you, I recognize you. This is our place to belong. And we are right now, through our consciousness, our unobstructed, unique perception. We create this sacred space together. So everyone open now with a big yes in your heart. We will be inspired by music. That infinite wisdom will be available as we open to it. And I'm knowing that each one of us here is empowered as co-creators to experience newly this day, the best day of the year, right now. I leave these words in the subjective mind that is already saying yes to everything that we desire as good and serving and loving. I have great expectations, and so it is.
Thank you, Sky. And so let us just remain in this prayerful space as we take another deep breath in. If it's comfortable, close your eyes. As we move into our time of chanting and deepening into this remembrance once again of the truth of who we are. So take a breath and let go. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. One more time. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. And so just take a deep breath in. I'm going to invite our musicians up for today. And take a breath and just remain in this space for a moment.
Hi everyone, my name is Krista. This is Gary. I'm a total crybaby. Already almost about to cry. I was raised in a church. I haven't been back for a long time. But this is my first time almost playing out in public, so this is really precious for me. And this song was really born of the kind of a chip on my shoulder on the comparison between the masculine as the sun and the feminine as the moonlight. And I thought, feminine moonlight and the sun, there's just no comparison there. The sunlight's just so much better. And I had this kind of epiphany that the moonlight, that the feminine is really the night. And the moonlight gives us the opportunity of perspective and that cosmic light shining on us to see who we are. We walk by the silver moonlight, forever bright. By the silver moonlight, we make it right, walking bright with our hands held tight. We make it right by the silver moonlight. Birds of a feather come together, whatever the weather is right. We come together to heal again, blessed by the stars and sacred flight. Come a flood, come a fire. Every storm we will weather. Come a nightmare, I don't care. Just keep reaching out to me. You know I will believe. Come the beasts of the sea. Still we are illuminated by love's mystery. precious love rises up like a fire. Yes, it comes in like a flood. This love. There's nothing to fear here in the moonlight, dear, as she shines her gentle light. Mysteries and not appear, and there's nothing to be, and there's nothing to do but let love come crashing on through. And she's here, we are here for each other. Hey, yeah. We walk by the silver moonlight with our hands held tight, forever bright by the silver moonlight. Thank you.
Thank you, Krista. Thank you, Gary. It's so good to have live music, isn't it? It's just, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh. There we go. So, good morning, everyone. Let us begin by taking a few breaths, shall we? So, exhale. Take a deep breath in. And let go. Another deep breath in. And let it go. One more deep breath. And let go. And so, good morning again. I want to begin by saying thank you for all of our collective prayers and manifestation. Jason and I found our place to live. I moved in 2 nights ago. And I am just in awe of what we are capable of creating together. I just want to say that, I have been repeating this idea for a while, that we really believe in the power of collective consciousness, that when we all put our ideas, when we all put our minds together, when we all focus on the same thing at the same time, something more becomes available. And I just have to tell you that the house that y'all manifested for Jason and I was more than we could possibly have imagined, and I can't wait to have a housewarming and invite you all over to come see it. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Quite the demonstration for all of us. So this morning, our talk title is There is a Place for You at Our Table. I love the alignment. I now have a table to invite you over to. So I want to begin with, I have 2 quotes to start this morning. I have one from Ernest Holmes, and then I have one from Jean Houston. And you may not see how this ties into our talk title, but we're going to get there in a minute. So we're going to start with a quote from Ernest Holmes. This is one of my favorite messages from the Science of Mind textbook. And he says that some draw upon one type of knowledge and some another, all from the same source, the source of all knowledge. The scientist discovers the principle of their science. The artist embodies the principle of the spirit of their art. The saint draws Christ into their being. All because they have courted the particular presence of some definite concept. Each state of consciousness taps into the same source, but has a different receptivity. Each receives what they ask for according to their ability to embody. The universe is infinite. The possibility of differentiating is limitless. One of my favorite messages from Ernest Holmes talking about the fact that we all draw from the same source, but each one of us is a unique and specific channel for a particular way that the divine shows up in the world, right? So now we're going to move to Jean Houston. This is from her new book, The Quest of the Rose, that she co-wrote with a woman by the name of Annalise Smitzman. And they tell us to imagine and connect with the future possibilities that call you forth. Enter into these greater possibilities with your imaginal powers. When you do this, they receive a place in our world. You become the place for their manifestation in this world and time. Your imaginal powers are the key to your mental fertility. Make your explorations sensory rich. See them, smell them, feel them. That way, the future becomes our power for renewing and evolving ourselves and the world. Okay. So, Ernest Holmes is telling us that each one of us is a particular, unique channel for creation to happen, right? That you have your uniqueness, you have your beliefs, you have all of your gifts and talents and all that makes you you with your unique perspective on reality. It's through all of that that the infinite spirit is creating your life all the time. And some of us are artists, and some of us learn this way, and some of us express that way. And we have our unique authenticity that we are constantly living. But then Jean Houston gives us advice on how to take that and how to take it a step further. And she says, okay, there's a you that is the unique channel that you are channeling into the universe, whether you're the scientist, the artist, or the mystic, right? It's a specific channel. But then she says, tap into the future. Tap into the lure of who that you are is being called to become, and wake that future in your consciousness. But not only wake it up, recognize that there's a particular pathway that's calling you, and dive into it with all of your senses. Dive into it with the powers of your imagination. Because again, only you can imagine what you can imagine. And so to recognize that we are working with a powerful source that is the field of possibility, that is the ground of all being, that is the infinite source of all things. And yet, we are finite beings. Each one of us can only create that which we can create. Right? If we come into this experience to be the individuals that we are. You know, I've said many times, if we wanted to experience bliss and oneness and allness and the infinitude of all that is, we would have stayed in God. We came here for the experience. We came here to be our unique, individualized selves that comes with the whole path that was yours to take. And to recognize that on that path is the whole spectrum of good, of bad, of up and down. I gave a talk for CSL Santa Fe yesterday, and one of the things that I told them is that there's a reading from the Foundations class. There's this beautiful poem, and there's one line in it that says something to the effect of, I have come here for everything from terror to ecstasy. That we come here for the full breadth of the life experience, but to recognize that it's ours. And that the choices that we make, the images that we choose to hold in our mind, as Jean Houston's saying, tap into a future and then let it wake up in your imaginal powers. And when you do, you give it a home in this world. And I've probably told some of you this, but here's how you make a sensory-rich experience. So Jason and I have been looking for a place to live for a while. And many of you know that we've been looking for a number of months. And about 6 months ago, I found this beautiful antique vintage Chinese china set that was just absolutely beautiful, hand-painted, gorgeous. We may have gone a little crazy and found all that exists on the internet, and we have a fabulous china set. But I digress. The thing about the china set is that we bought this china set for our new life together. And we began, every time we would check in on the phone or we'd visit each other, we'd spend some time and we'd say, can you imagine our china set on our table? Can you imagine sitting at the table together, having a meal or having someone over on these beautiful plates? And then we started to close our eyes and say, okay, what does the kitchen look like? What does it feel like when we're in that room? When you walk into the next room, what does it look like? When you walk outside, what do you see? Do you smell the redwoods? Is there incense burning? Can you smell us making coffee in the morning? And we would do this regularly, but every time we'd start with the china set. We'd zoom in on this one thing that was real, that we had in our house, and then began to zoom out into the future, into the possibility, into the life that we were calling in. And that practice made it so alive for us, so vivid, so real. And then what showed up was more than what we could have imagined. Right? And that's the practice that we really want to be cultivating for ourselves in this thing that we call the science of mind. Is the practice of cultivating a reality in our mind before it happens that is so real that we believe it. Because everything is created first in thought and then in existence. And what Jean said in her quote from the book is that when you use your imaginal powers and you awaken an image in your mind, you become the place through which now it begins to come into the world. And so what would it look like for each one of us to begin to recognize that we are each a unique center of creation? And we call this place the Center for Spiritual Living. But what I want to have each one of us think about is, what if each one of us is a center for spiritual living? Each one of us is a center of spiritual living. Each one of us is living a spiritual life, recognizing that our thoughts, that our beliefs, that our choices, that our behaviors, that all the patterns that we walk through the world are creating our circumstances. And the word circumstance simply means the circle around which you are standing. So each one of us is a center for spiritual living, and we have our circumstances that we are spiritually living in everywhere that we go, if we so choose. Because here's the thing, the universe is going to create no matter what. The universe creates by default. It just does. There's a whole universe of things happening out there. Some of it's beautiful, some of it's interesting, but it's all happening. The choice point is the choice point. It's what we choose to focus our attention on that continuously grows in our mind, which then grows in our expectation, which then we start to see around us. But we first have to drop into the awareness that each one of us is connected to a source, that each one of us is connected to something greater than we are. Because that's where it all comes from. And the thing that I've been thinking about a lot recently, and noticing a lot recently, is how much gratitude continuously perpetuates there being more to be grateful for. I keep finding myself laughing and crying because I'm so happy about my life. I find these moments where I walk into this building and tears just kind of fall out of my eyes some days. Or I'm walking through the space, or I walk up to my new house and I just start giggling. Because I'm noticing that there's something taking place in this experience for me of spiritual living. And I realized that since I committed to this role in this circumstance as the minister of this community, something dramatically shifted. And I started to look back and I go, what is it? And I realized that I'm kind of like praying 5 times a day, because we have a lot of meetings around here. Every meeting starts with prayer. And I find that by the end of the day, by the 4th or 5th or 6th meeting or phone call that I've had, I've prayed 5 times over the course of the day. And I'm realizing, that's a really good idea. You know? And so the thing I want to invite you to is, I'm witnessing for myself that the deeper I step into this feedback loop, this perpetual motion machine of creation on purpose, the more that it activates itself in my life. And I really attribute it to the fact that I'm praying so often, and that every couple hours something comes up in this community where I'm invited to return myself to this idea that God is all that there is, that I am one with that thing, that it's creating through me as I speak, and that I perpetually have more to be grateful for, and therefore I can trust and let go. And the more that I do that, I feel that there is a current that I am part of, something that is moving with me, moving me. And we say in our prayers all the time, there is a power for good in this universe greater than we are, and it can use us. But I think that the practice is continuously bringing ourselves back to that place of awareness, of using the tools, of being in prayer, of being in meditation. You know, I know that Reverend Tamara has been doing her spiritual YouTube TV thing she's been telling you about for a while. And I've been talking to her more and more, and I noticed that as she tells me, as she sits day in and day out and stops watching regular TV and only watches Joe Dispenza and Michael Beckwith and you know, Debbie Ford and you know, all of the great New Thought teachers, what happens? The feedback loop of perpetual motion of what's going on in your head is being fed by that which you want to be focusing on, right? And so whether it's the media you choose or the amount of times a day you pray or whatever it is, recognize that it is the redirection of your consciousness that is what this whole philosophy is about. And in that redirect is the opportunity to allow the truth and the authenticity of the uniqueness of who you are to create in the world, to create your life, and to create the world. Because what if the whole existing world around us is just a hologram of our collective choices, of our collective attention? But there's 7, almost 8 billion of us projecting into the hologram. But let us recognize that there's power in that collective projection. That what groups of people focus on has more power than what an individual focuses on. And so the thing that I want to say about this community, about this place, Center for Spiritual Living Santa Cruz, is that we are deepening into a new way of being. That we have a lot bubbling up and unfolding here that many of you know about, and there's more to come. But the thing that I want to invite us into is to be a community of people who are doing our individual work together. One of my favorite books, it's a novel, it's called The Fifth Sacred Thing by Starhawk. How many of you have read it or heard of it? Oh, we're going to have to do a book club. There's a line in that book where they're developing a strategy for nonviolent resistance against an upcoming threat. And the people in this world live in a sort of utopic sort of environment where they have everything they need. And everyone outside of their community is struggling, and there's sort of two worlds living parallel to each other. And so it's the invaders who are coming in who want to shut down this sort of utopic world. And what the people in that society decide to do as their strategy when the enemy, in quotes, when the enemy comes through their gates, is to say, there's a place for you at our table if you would choose to join us. That these people who are hungry, that these people who are under the control of the government or the military or the corporations or whoever they are, come into this place where everyone has enough food, where everyone is thriving, where everyone is living in their authentic expression. And they say, you could have a place at our table as well. You can come destroy this, or you can have some of this. And I realize that the magic about this teaching and being part of a community like this is that we all have these beautiful experiences of the way that Spirit has shown up in our lives, of the magic that is available, of the shift and the evolutionary change that can take place when we participate in it. What if our lives What if what was happening here was such an example that when the people we interact with ask us why our life is so magical, why our outlook is so true or positive or loving, we can invite them in and say, you know what? There's a place here at our table. Come join us. Come feast on what we have to offer. Come participate in the gifts and the mutual sharing that is happening here. And so let us realize that if each one of us recognizes the power that we have to create and the power of our mind to redirect our focus and be authentic, true creators in this world, then we can begin to build something that sets the example for the world around us about how to live in harmony with life, how to live in alignment with the truth of who we are. Because what I see around us is a whole lot of people who are struggling, trying to find what harmony or balance could even look like, who may not even be able to see it at all. And here we have a place that says, you know what? Come get grounded. Come be reminded of the truth of who you are. If you're not ready to pray 5 times a day, at least come be reminded of the truth once a week. Bring someone into this space who needs to hear it, and let them know that there is a place for them at our table. And so if you will, take a deep breath in. As I invite my practitioners and ministers to stand and surround the room and hold this space with me, Anthony's going to come play the piano. Take another deep breath. And so as we breathe, my friends, let us once again remember that we are being breathed by something greater than ourselves. That each one of us is part of the great seamlessness, the great wholeness. Some of us refer to it as the universe or as energy or consciousness or God. Let us remember that we could speak 1,000 names and each one of them is only an arrow pointing to something greater than we can comprehend. And yet that something, that infinite being, that great creative power, it is the source of who we are. It is breathing us. And that infinite field of possibility is funneling itself into this world through each one of us, through our unique gifts and interests and talents and ways of thinking and doing. Each one of us is a unique place where the universe is showing up like it never has before. And we are a people who have the ability to focus our attention into that even more and invite that spirit to create at a new level and say, use me. Be a place where something new is happening in the world. Let each one of us remember that we are centers of spiritual living. That we can live lives that are the example of how it works, so that we can share that with the world. We have a great and powerful vision of a world that works for all. Let each one of us begin with our own lives and find the way to make them work. Find a way to thrive. Find a way to live and move and have our being as if we recognize that the Spirit of the living God is speaking through us, seeing through us, acting through us, choosing, creating, evolving in us in every moment. And so I just speak a word for each person in this place, knowing that even now, each one of us is waking up to the greater possibility of who we are and who we could be, recognizing that there is a future, that there is a self, that there is a call and a lure of becoming that is saying, come, be me in every moment. And it pulls on us. And our world is begging for something new to emerge. Let us be a people who can vision it so powerfully, awaken what's possible in our minds, activate it with our imaginations, and bring it into the world of form. Let us be grateful that we have each other to lean into, to remind us of the truth of who we are. And so in this moment, I surrender. Let us just let go, knowing that there is a current, that there is a motion, that there is a flow of good that is always available to us. And should we be willing, to allow it, it will carry us to the ocean of all good, where we can be bathed and renewed in the waters of God, remembering the truth of who we are. And so it is. Thank you, my friends. Krista?
That was so beautiful. Thank you, Elijah. Woo! That was a lot of nectar there. So good to be here. So this song is really a prayer of strength and a meditation about a tree. So I invite you guys to imagine your roots into the ground and just kind of use it to fortify and strengthen. Might visualize your veins or your endocrine system or something to call in strength there. I just keep growing like a tree, opening my leaves for the sun to nourish me. I just keep reaching to the ground, pushing down my roots to love so profound. I just keep knowing I am strong, reaching to the sun every day that comes along. Oh, my roots grow, my fruits grow. Just keep drinking in the rain. When it comes around, it will come around again. I just keep knowing who I am. I am reaching for the light and then reaching yet again. Oh, I just keep knowing who we are, knowing we were made by the light of sacred stars. I just keep knowing who we are, knowing we were forged from afar. Oh, thank you.
So my name is Kaylee Dugan, and I am here to talk to you about the season of harvest. The season of harvest is chapter 1 of a new story we're creating here. And I'd like to take you on a thought experiment, if you will go with me for a minute. So close your eyes. And I want you to use your imagination. What will this place be like 10 years from now? What will it be like in 2031 as 2031 comes to a close? What will it feel like? What will it smell like? What will it be like to be in these halls 20 years from now? What energy will you feel? What might we be doing as this community grows and grows and grows? So if you open your eyes, I want to tell you that's what we're asking you to invest in. We're asking you to invest in that vision of what this place is going to be like 10 years from now. And my dear friend Nancy Laskajian is going to tell us why she chooses to invest.
Thank you, Kaylee. I'm not as gifted as Kaylee. I have to use notes. My pronouns are she and her and me. I'm a first-generation Armenian American. My father and my mother's parents migrated from Turkey during the Armenian genocide. So I am a proud Armenian American. I love the season of harvest theme this year, invest, engage, enroll. It was so inspired. I like to think about it in a different order, though. If anybody knows me, you know I'm an organizer, so I'm reorganizing it. The first step is to engage. That's what we need to do right now. It's so easy to sit at home in front of your TV or your computer screen and be a passive observer. We have a community of wonderful people here who care about each other. You do, and I've seen that so many times. Each one of you cares about people. You wouldn't be here if you didn't. So engage with this community. Whether you're giving as a volunteer on the garden team, the tech team, my fave, or taking a class and receiving information, guidance, and support, find your place where you can make a difference in the life of this center, or where this center can help you find your way in the world. Once you've begun to find your place in this community, the next step is to make a deeper commitment and enroll. It took me a few years of volunteering in the choir, helping with various projects, taking foundations class and other classes before I realized it was time for me to enroll and become a formal member of this community. And you've already heard there's a class right after this service for membership. By becoming a member, I was able to serve the community in even more important ways, like joining the Board of Trustees, serving as treasurer and president. And once I did that, I realized I wanted to invest so that this center can thrive, so that we can be here to make a difference in each other's lives, so that we can take on community projects like Adopt a Family, that Jeannie Sparks is heading up this year, and to support our neighbors. I'm proud to say that I've made some very meaningful financial investments here, both annually and for special projects like replacing our roof last fall. This year, I'm pleased to say I was able to increase my monthly investment in the center. I did this because I believe in our teaching. There was a time in my life when I had a medical emergency, I guess it's best to call it, and practitioners and members of this center helped me in a way that truly changed the course of my life. It's a lot of detail, I won't give it to you, but it was really important to me. So I am pleased to say, I got myself off track. Where was I? I'm pleased to say I was able to increase my monthly investment in our center. I did this because I believe in our teaching. I believe in our leadership, including Reverend Elijah's vision for a world that works for all, and because I know how important it is to our operations and budget to have funds we can count on. The size of your gift is not important because it's relative to your circumstance. What is important is that you make an investment. Your monthly investment as a CSL sustainer is the basis for our budget planning for 2022. You've heard that before, but it's really true. During the most difficult months of the pandemic, it truly was our CSL sustainers that sustained our center and has made it possible for us to be here now. It is this center, my connection with the people here, that sustained me through the most difficult part of this pandemic. So whether you are with us today in person or virtually online, I hope you'll consider where you want to engage next, whether you're ready to enroll by taking our membership class, and join me by investing or even increasing your investment in CSL Santa Cruz. It's a very exciting time to be part of this community, and together we can realize a new vision for our future. The possibilities are endless. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Just want to say one more time, you're investing in where we're going to be 10 years from now. And when I say invest, I mean financial resources, because that is what's going to create the path and the bridge to us for 10 years from now. So thank you very much.
Wow. Wow, that was good. Thank you so much, Kaylee and Nancy. And I don't know about I must be unorganized because I invested first. And then I engaged, and today I'm going to the membership class to enroll. So, yay! You can do all of it in any order that you like. And you can see me at the back table if you'd like to turn in your investment card and find out how you'd like to engage. There's lots of clipboards back there with many different ways that you can participate here at the center. And I just want to let you know, if you're a current monthly investor, that will carry forward into 2022. Unless you're willing and able to increase your pledge, then you can do a card and also see me at the back table. So I'm going to invite our ushers up now to carry. Hello. Let me back up a little bit. So if you're inspired today by your experience here, we're really thrilled to have you share that. Our ushers are passing the basket. If you're online, there's many ways that you can invest in our center. You can go to our website, cslsantacruz.org. You can mail a check. You can text to give, and you can use the fancy QR code if you're so inclined. If you were inspired, we would really love you to share your experience here and help us grow. You can do that by many ways. If you're online, you can like and share us on Facebook. One thing, I'm very active on Facebook. I like to share the newsletter, share the service broadcast. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And what we'd really love is for you to bring your friends. So hope to see you and your friends next week. And I'd like to thank everybody that was participated in our service, making this possible today. A special thanks to our musicians, Krista Bluesmith and Gary Carpenter. You know, I was sitting while you were offering your artistry, and I thought, wow, how challenging that must be to a room full of people with masks on. So, because I was smiling big and I realized I can't even see that. So I hope you felt our appreciation through our eyes and our love from our hearts, because that was really, really beautiful. I want to thank our broadcast staff that makes it all possible. Today we have Susan Pankratz and Mohini Peters, our practitioners, Reverend Tamara and Sky Leona, and of course our own Reverend Elijah. Thank you to our viewers online on Facebook, YouTube, and Zoom for participating from your home, and all of you people here in the room. It's just fabulous to see the faces, even if we have masks on. And so we have so many things, but one I want to really talk about, because it's going live today, is our Save the Date Holiday Party fundraiser. The event is Friday evening, December 17th. We have some fun details to share with you. Our dinner will be catered from India Joe's, a Santa Cruz favorite, right? Yep. Our silent gift basket auction starts today right here. So in the social hall next door, go in and check out our gift baskets, and you can start bidding now. The bidding is live. And we have 2 great vacations and really amazing baskets. We're going to have a wine and mocktail and tea bar and dessert bar in our Rose Room. We have raffle and door prizes, and we're going to have a special presentation by the Cabrillo College permaculture students who's creating and using our land to develop, and they're going to share all about that, as well as a special presentation from Reverend Elijah about what's coming up in our 2022 theme. And tickets are available online, so if you go online and to our website, you can purchase your tickets there. You can also see me in the back. I can help you do your tickets there through the computer. And it's a cost of a $35 to $50 sliding scale for the tickets. And if you have a hardship and you still want to participate, please be sure to reach out, because we do have some really generous donors who are purchasing and donating tickets for those who might need that. I hope to see you with me and Reverend Elijah in our membership class after service today. We'll start about 12, and you can find out more about what CSL is all about, and I'm looking forward to that. Check your e-news, because there's so much more happening that we don't cover here, and all the details and ways to participate. Thank you so much. I'm going to invite Krista and Gary back up to usher us out today, and I hope you have a beautiful week.
Thank you so much. This is such a cool church. I'm getting really excited about it. And I used to live right next door, actually, across the field. So it's sacred ground. All right. Don't let the sorrow make you cold. Don't let the sadness make you forget that you're gold. For we all are made of the same star. Why have we traveled so far? It's not to fold from a heavy load. It's not to die with a tear in your eye for a lack of singing lullabies. No, we're here to unfold. Come together to break the mold. And the dreamers keep on standing tall, even though we've seen it all. For love is in season, and love is the reason. And though it all may be changing, earth maybe do some rearranging. Yeah, maybe a shadow show, but somewhere inside me I know it's gonna break through the rainbow. A rainbow, breaking through the storm of history as we go. Eyes gentle, heart open, flow, aligned with the earth and we'll grow. We'll come together to know we need a red, yellow, orange, purple, yes, it's true. All of God's colors, they shine, shine ever new. We need green, we need blue, we need turquoise, yes, we need blue. All of God's colors, especially you. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, maybe a little clapping. Can you guys clap along? You say, we need red, we need blue, we need green, we need yellow and purple, yes, we need everything. Don't let sorrow make you cold, no, no. We warm our hearts with the spirit of gold. We need red, we need white, we need black, we need white, we need everyone to feeling alright. We need all of God's children. Don't let the sorrow make you cold, for we're all made of the same shining gold. Don't let the sorrow make you cold, for we're here to come together to break the mold. We need red, we need white, we need black, we need white, we need blue. We need purple and orange, yes, my friend, we need you. We need patience and trust and faith, yes, take our way. All this beauty, my sweet, has left me with nothing to say. That's the way. The future is in our hearts, we will see an earth that's flying high in victory. I know, this is true, you and me. Thank you. That was fun. I wanted to say, I meant to say before the song briefly, I make video memoirs for people, interviews for their family. It's really fun. People gather their photos and videos, and I come and video you talking. If you're interested, you can find me. Thank you. Blessings.